Hello, everybody. My name is Eric, and I am with Adair Homes on the beautiful Oregon coast. And my colleague Cindy is with me today. Cindy, why don't you give everyone a little bit of information about yourself?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Cindy Mathis. I'm here in our Kennewick office. We kind of serve the Washington area, Walla Walla, Pendleton, Oregon. So we're kind of in that region.
Nice. I've driven through there many times on my
Yes.
way to other places.
And I'm sure people that are on the call today are going to be from different areas. So, just kind of keep that in mind as we're moving forward.
Well, that's a good kind of place to start. So I've got our website pulled up here. I assume everyone can see this. So depending on where you're at and how to use our website, right here, if you can see that, you can click on the build area and change it to wherever you are at. So for instance, let's just pretend that you're going to build a home here with me on the Oregon coast. So you'd go to Oregon and go to the coast, and maybe you're in Lincoln County because that's the best county in Oregon because that's where I live. And voila. Of course, if you're with Cindy, you're going to go to, where is that again? Washington, right?
Mid-Columbia. I just want to mention to everyone too, we'd love questions. So I know that some of you people out there might have some questions. There's a little button down there, your Q&A. Feel free to just shoot off a question anytime, and at the end we'll go through and answer any of your questions.
Perfect. Thank you for pointing that out. I usually just run to the website and start showing things. So thank you. So once you're in the right build area, you've got some different information buttons to click on. Obviously, our plans give you different options here. Home planning, super important. I would just go through each one. I think each one has a lot to offer. I am going to just stop on financing real quick. We can keep things so simple now. And I mean, we can do financing. Well, our partners at Adair Financial Services, I should say, can do your land, your home, all of the site development work, everything, throw it all together in one loan and keep it all in-house. What do you think about that, Cindy?
Yeah, I have a lot of people that aren't familiar with construction loans specifically. So being able to just, get a hold of your loan officer at Adair Financial, ask all of your questions. They're really good at just understanding your needs and helping you to move forward.
I agree. I also like to point out the why Adair. We've been around for over 50 years now, and there's reason why we're still around. I think for me, the best reason is we adapt to the ever-changing market, whether that is updating our home plans, the sizes, what we offer, how we build for each area. I think that's very important. But I'm going to point out the giving back. I don't need to hang out here too long, but the company is a mission-based company, and I think we do a very good job of putting back into our communities. Here on the Oregon coast a few years ago, fire ripped through an area that had never seen a fire, I think, ever. A lot of people lost their homes. We stepped in to help out with that. A lot of people got free homes that were most deserving, I should say. Our fearless leader here, he's literally a hands-on guy too. This isn't just from the ivory tower. He's in the thick of it. So Cindy, do you have anything to say about all that?
I just feel blessed to work for a company that really does care about the community, and feel like every day I come to work knowing that what we do, it's not only important for the individual, but it's important for the entire community.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like to come to work too.
Yeah.
Uh, so resources, I think that this will lead me to how important it is to speak with someone like myself or Cindy and all of our colleagues that we're known as home ownership counselors. Um, we can resource you to funding, finding land. What else, Cindy? I mean, we kind of have it
Oh,
all buttoned up, don't we?
all of the details of the home and being able to, redesign, fit your lot, as you mentioned, some of the concerns. I also want to mention, one of the things that I was most impressed with is that we do a free site visit. So that's, coming out, having our supervisor, building supervisors come out, take a look at the home, the lot that you're purchasing, talk about home placement, really, and all of that is at no charge. That's just to kind of, help you out to make, to plan your dream home and make sure that, you have all of the information that you need about the site.
And I'm going to piggyback off that before we get to the home. Here on the coast, I am happy to announce that we now have what we call site services. And we have now been able to become an all-in-one source for all of the work that goes into the development of the lot and finding all the different people. We now bring that all in-house. And if you are going to build on the coast, make sure to reach out to me and I can go over that. It is just, I'm very, very excited about it. So it's a little different than your area, Cindy, but
We're waiting, but we'll
you'll
still.
you'll love it.
Yeah, it's and that's one of the things that I think people struggle with the most, is just kind of understanding that process. But just to know that we're there for you. We're going to help you through that process. It isn't overwhelming. It is a step-by-step process, and we will line everything out for you before we even proceed with the actual home
It's,
sale. Yeah.
it's almost like we know what we're doing.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
Yeah, well, 50 years going on another 50, I think it's good. So when you are on our website, you want to look at homes. So let's talk a little bit about the home we're going to view today. You could maybe go to one level or a narrow lot, and you'll kind of cruise through and just start looking. Today's home is the Arcadia, and it's approximately 1,485 square feet. You can manipulate that a little bit. So we'll get back to that, Cindy. Let's not forget about the customization and modification that we can do. But the floor plan of this house, I think, is exceptionally user-friendly, if that's what to say. It's also an investor favorite, and as my realtor friend says, this is the house you want to build if you need the space because of resale value. So equity. This is a great home. And Cindy, why would that be?
Well, because we can build the home for you at such a good price. I mean, being able to buy the materials and at the quantity that we do, I think that's one of the things why people come to Adair, is knowing that they have that instant equity once they build the home.
Mm-hmm.
I think 20% was kind of a rough figure, but I think in your area it's probably much more than that.
I would have to say it is much more than that, and I don't want to brag, but yes.
But you will.
We do a good job here on the coast.
Well, that floor plan's up. What I like about this floor plan, definitely it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but having that den, that can be another bedroom if need be. We can add a closet. It can be an office. It can be a craft room. It can be where you stick your guests. If if you have everything over on the other side, it's a nice way for people, if it is a, kind of like a guest suite, for them to kind of come and go right there by the entrance. But I love
Absolutely.
I love the versatility of having that extra space.
Mm-hmm. I almost think it's kind of like a mother-in-law suite. If you do have an extended guest, gosh, you couldn't have called that. I mean, it's just you come in, it's right there, you're out of the way. And
Yep.
when you need to leave, you're trolley mopping everywhere. So yeah, I think that's a great little addition. I've had some people remove this wall and extend the great room,
Mhm.
and I've had them move it, make it a little bit smaller, like a remote office. So,
Yeah, I would make it just one big closet. So,
oh my gosh, our homes have lots of
whatever you
closets
want, folks.
already. Well, we'll take a look at those in this video. How's that? Um, so I want everybody to make sure that you feel very comfortable asking questions, write things down. When we watch the video, Cindy and I are going to discuss some things in it. But if you see something that you think is like, oh, that's got to be completely custom, or well, that's probably an upgrade, write it down and ask us. Okay, it's kind of a trick question, but I think sometimes people are surprised at how standard features can look so good.
Yeah, no, I think that's kind of our thing.
I think it is our thing
Yeah,
too.
I,
But
I, I'm so
I
impressed with
I like upgrades.
that.
All right, Cindy. Are
Hey,
you ready to show everybody this
Eddie,
house in Manzanita, Oregon?
I actually love the color and I'm not a blue person, so that that kind of surprised me.
Well, I think this whole house, I mean, speaking of color, I think everybody needs to be open mind. Well, I'll be open-minded. I'm a very much a black and white guy, maybe some cream, warm tone, but I agree with you. I think it looks really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
and 30 color choices for exterior,
well,
Sherwin-Williams
okay,
paint,
29
siding.
exterior color choices. But we do offer a custom option as well. So we can talk
Yes,
about that.
get exactly what you want.
And look at this.
Oh, I love how open this is.
I'm telling you, the party is going on. There's room for everybody. You've got, look at this island. I mean, it's a perfect
It's a 6-foot
buffet.
island. That's 6 feet. That's a good size
Was it
island.
really 6 feet?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that was bigger than I thought.
No, I know. And I've had some people even make it bigger. So, there's a lot of customization that you can do. It looks like they did the quartz countertops.
I do believe so. That is quartz. And another thing to point out is um, they decided to do a different ductless system. We do offer that. Usually we do forced air.
Mhm.
And what do you think about this little fireplace, Cindy?
I love it. This is our standard fireplace. And that's for me, that's all I need. I know that some people like to do stone and put, a little more decorative around it. We've done some fabulous fireplaces, but for this particular home, to be able to have that kind of space and not make it can either be the focal point of the room or here I think the kitchen, is one of my favorites, but I do love the simplicity of it.
Mhm. Speaking of the kitchen, what do you think of that big vault?
Love the vaulted ceilings. And it's a great way, our standard is an 8-foot ceiling.
Mhm.
If you want the 9-foot, great, taller windows, the garage door is taller, the cabinetry is taller. But if you want to just do that 8-foot plate height throughout the house and vault the great room, that's a really, really great way, I think, to do it.
For sure. Um, I'm going to point out something that you brought up. The countertops are quartz, and the lighting is also upgraded farmhouse style, I believe.
Mhm.
Um, and I'll back this up just a little bit here, and I'm going to pause it. Something that I really like is the cleanliness of the subway tiles that are going from the counter all the way up. We use Emser tile, and there are so many choices that I literally just move you into your own room, turn off the lights, send you down that rabbit hole, and you could spend hours choosing your backsplash if you want. But I like the cleanliness, how this turned out. It really opens things up.
Does. And it's an easy upgrade. Our standard would be the 2 rows of the subway tile and as a border, but especially in the kitchen, doing the full height is, it's not only visually stimulating, it also is really nice for cleanup. It's, kitchen area can get, and these are our standard appliances.
Let's point something out, and maybe this is just a guy thing. I just think it's important. That microwave hood above the range, that vents outside. In fact, our homes, all the fans vent outside. I think that's an important feature, because I wouldn't want to be cooking and then just blow back in the room. So maybe that's a nerdy thing, but I think it's important.
And you get the range, the microwave, the dishwasher, the refrigerator is something, it's a homeowner provided.
True.
Homeowners, there's a million different types of refrigerators that they personally want. I don't know that we could even guess that. But we always have, we have a layout telling you the space that is allowed. If you have a special refrigerator size, or maybe you want to do your own appliances and bring in your own appliances, we do offer upgrades on appliance. You can do KitchenAid. They're Whirlpool appliances, which is great, but maybe you want an oven with the gas cooktop, or maybe you want, so keep that in mind, that kitchen can be designed exactly how you like it.
Absolutely. I kind of think of it as there's our kitchens, and then there are our gourmet kitchens. Yes. If you guys want to talk about that later, I really like our gourmet kitchen package. And then I call it the custom gourmet, which means we're just going to design the kitchen the way you want us to. Yep. How's that?
And those cabinets can have pullouts. They can, the trash compactor, those are just things that make life easier. I love that the standard faucets are Moen. That's a standard faucet there with the, undermount sink. With granite, you get an undermount sink. But I've had some client, maybe they want a farmhouse sink, or maybe they want, a cast iron sink. So those are changes that you can make easily, that when you sit down with your HOC, you can go through all of those options, design it how you like, have it all priced out for you so that you can go back through and still stick within your budget.
Absolutely. One thing I'm going to point out here is the window here. This is called a seal and apron. We do this as a slight upgrade. We can wrap the whole window, or we can do it as just drywall. I think that's kind of a personal preference. I don't know if there's really a right or wrong answer. Also, the sliders. I actually like sliders. I have dogs, so it's really easy. If you don't want a slider and you want to upgrade that to a atrium door, let us know. There's so many options, and they're all good, so there isn't a bad.
And window size, if they want a larger window in that
particular, sure,
you can have it.
Well, this is neat because the builder, the homeowner here, added a covered porch in the back for obvious reasons, and we have standard covered porches. Or we can design a custom one, right?
Yeah, I think that outdoor living, especially where you are here where I am too, the weather's so nice that's kind of becoming a thing. Some people are putting fireplaces out there and, just really doing a lot with the outdoor living.
For sure. Well, with all the rain here on the coast for, the winter months, it's nice to be able to have something to go out onto.
You almost have the porch then, if you're going to be outside.
It's true. So this is one of the bedrooms here. I'm going to point out single hung windows. Again, this is just as a side note. We do single hung, we do sliders, and we also do casement windows. I'm a big fan of casement windows. Other people don't like them. And then I'm going to back this up just a little bit because I'm going to point out dome lights. They are standard. However, we have very affordable recessed can packages that I have them in my home. Very efficient to run. You can put dimmer switches on them. I personally love them, but What do you think of the recessed cans, Cindy?
Yeah, oh, I like them because you don't have to clean them, it's like you do. Yeah, I'm always up there.
There's a theme with
throwing
you.
it out, taking out, there's bugs in there, stuff always happens. But I also like having a ceiling fan, which is another option.
That's right. I always forget that. Our homes come with air conditioning. I don't know if everyone knows that, but sometimes it's nice to open up a window and have a ceiling fan. It's beautiful, right? It's just that nice feeling. We offer all that too. So, and then I'm going to stop on this door for just a minute. Cindy, tell us a little bit about this door. I know this seems kind of weird, but
Well, not really. I mean, again, this is our standard. This is a 6-panel door, which is, great, very attractive. But we offer, you can get a 5-panel door. There's a lot of different looks that you can achieve with a door, and then of course, if you want the brushed nickel, hardware, if you want oil rub bronze, we have a modern look with the black. There's a lot of things that can really, they're little things, but they make a really big difference to the home.
absolutely. And for the price, I mean, if this is your home for a while, you can upgrade that and put it over, 20, 30 years, and it's nothing. You know what I mean? The other little part that I like here is this is our Craftsman style around the door here. We have 3 choices. One is standard, then Craftsman, and then the architectural one that's a little bit more to it. But I think we're in the laundry room, right? Yeah.
And it's all set for your washer and dryer. You have, all of the plumbing for it. And you get the shelf and you can put a cabinet in there if there's, a utility sink. This is just kind of your area to play with.
It's nice too, because this is a room. It's not just a laundry closet. Sometimes people, like you said, want to put the sink in there. I've had people also plumb it for a half bath.
Oh, yeah.
Surprise. So,
and put cabinets above your washer dryer instead of the shelf. So, yeah. And our garages, that is a nice looking garage.
I know.
I mean, it's finished so nicely. You can have it insulated if you like. You've got your, it comes with the garage door opener, of course, and they're good size.
Well, I'd like to point out the water heater options. If your lot does have natural gas, we can do a tankless system, and it's one of the top of the line. I think that in most areas, the gas companies will give you a rebate as well. So ask us about that. Yeah. But this garage has been textured and painted, so just real clean.
And that's our standard bathroom. I mean, they upgraded with the cabinets are a little bit of an upgrade to get the painted cabinet, but not much with those bar pulls. And then the granite, but the backsplash, the Moen fixture, the tub shower combo, that's all standard. That's, you're looking at our standard.
And I'm going to point out here from experience, this combo here, it's a fiberglass, very easy to keep clean. They're a little bit wider than what you might think of, because this is not in the way of your elbows. So just as a side note, I like that from experience.
And yeah, Robin just asked a quick question about, Robin, we'll get back to your question on the 2-bedroom homes, but building 0 clearance entry homes. Since we were on the bathroom there, I mean, it's very easy for us to do a roll-in shower, roll-in tile shower, do the wider doors, the 3-foot doors instead of the standard doors. So we can definitely make it very accessible.
For sure. There's a click of a button, as I call it, for a low-rise fiberglass shower insert. Those are pretty clever. They have little seats on either side as well. So if you literally don't have to roll in and you just want a small step over, that's a good option as well.
And Robin also wanted to know if we build 2-bedroom homes. And yes, I mean, you can look on our website. The other thing, this might be a good time for you. You're kind of more of an expert with the custom homes, of being able to design a custom home for you as well. Do you want to talk to a little bit?
Well, there's two ways that we can do that. We are very, very easy to work with in regards to modifying an existing plan. In fact, I'm just finishing up something with some clients who are building here in Lincoln City, and we're taking one of our 3-bedroom plans, we're turning it into a 2-bedroom, but let me tell you what, that primary suite is 27 feet wide. It has a vault, it's got ceiling fans, extra windows, because he and his gal want to hide from their guests when they're there. And it's going to be fantastic. So that's how they modified or customized an existing home. But if you have a lot that is just, it's difficult to work with, and maybe you like some of our homes, they just aren't really what you're looking for, we have the ability to design a home for you from scratch and build it.
Yep.
And the fee is very, very mild. It's literally a $5,000 design fee. You get to sit down with our designers, and I think it's a great experience.
Yeah, I think so too. And thank you for the question, Robin. We really do appreciate questions, because we know that you're here for a reason, to learn about the homes that we build. And if you don't ask, sometimes Eric and I, we get so excited about the home, we don't always remember to tell you all of the extra things that we do. And one of the things I really like about Adair is kind of like taking a custom builder and a production builder and meshing them together, because you get, the pricing and the equity of the production type of build, but then you also can customize, which is kind of rare in this industry. It's either you go all the way custom and you spend, an extraordinary amount of money, or, you get what you get, and they won't change a wall or anything. I mean, when you said 2-bedroom there, Robin, there's been a few that we just take the wall out, we make 1 bedroom really large, put in a big walk-in closet, make it a 2-bedroom. Go on in to your local Adair office and let us show you what we can do with some of these plans. There are a few on the website that show 2-bedroom, but know that some of these plans can be easily modified.
So speaking of modified, here are some of the exteriors. Now, a lot of our homes have more than one exterior option. The home that we just watched the video, we can pop that roof line up if you want to go more of a farmhouse style. And if you want something more mid-century modern, we do a lot of this look on the coast. It's definitely replacing the cottagey type style. My own home has this kind of look to it. I love it. The neighbors have all want to change their homes now. But that's because there's a variety of different people that build with us. And we know that. And we want to do what you want to do.
I'm really excited about the new Riata exterior, because that is it's a little more contemporary, and we tell you on the website there, it tells you kind of what you're getting that's a little bit different. Of course, all of our homes are the James Hardy panel siding, but it will also kind of explain maybe what some of the price differences are, what you're getting for your money with that elevation or exterior.
For sure. So let's maybe talk a little bit about what comes with our homes. As Cindy mentioned, James Hardy cement board, that's standard. Yes. Here on the coast, if I can just sidetrack, there's builders who will build on the coast, okay? We call it being built for the coast. And what I mean by that is most of what is standard for us are upgrades for other builders. So we know how to build on the coast. We know how to build for rainy climates. We know how to build for sunny climates down in Arizona and snowy climates where Cindy's at. So we build according to where you live. I think that is so fantastic. What do you think?
Yes, yeah, and that's really important. And I also kind of wanted to address another question. this is a good time for that Robin talks about, because you're talking about different locations, different lots. Her question is, if we find a lot with a home that needs to be removed, will you assist with finding the people to remove it? Most definitely. I have, my excavator does demolition. We also have people that say you have a mobile home, that will come and remove that. So definitely come in and talk to us. I mean, we have resources. We've been working with people for quite a while on all kinds of situations, and we can talk to you about the best way to do that, help you get some bids, again, help you stay within your budget on these items. The nice thing about those kind of lots, Robin, that I love, is you have your utilities to, if it's a country lot, you've got your septic and your well, and those are things that are going to add to the cost of your home if you need to do that. And boy, isn't that just you've got power to the site. It's a real plus. It's going to save you a lot of money.
That is such a good point. Oftentimes people come in and they're not sure what to buy. And, I think, good heavens, I drive by this lot all the time, and it's got an old, rundown mobile home. Nobody's living in it. It's for sale. And I'm thinking, my gosh, all we have to do is just have it removed, right? And everything is pretty much there. It's good to go. Those are good things. It doesn't mean that it's terribly difficult to get through. And we work with the same people over and over. We know our jurisdictions. We're friends with our jurisdictions. I give my jurisdiction coffee, but that's another it's another side note. But keep in mind, the teams that build Cindy's home there or my home here, they're the same teams that are going to build your home where you're at, which I want to just pound that in. We use the same people. It's consistency. Very, very important. We don't just hurry and go grab people from anywhere. We work with the same people. So if you ever have questions about that, please talk to your HOC. I think it's a very valuable conversation to have.
And they're selected for a reason. They're good at what they do. We can rely on them. And, for you, Robin, for being able to have someone, do a well inspection, because if you have existing, infrastructure on your site, maybe it just needs a little updating. Maybe your septic, will need to be pumped out, or you'll have, those are all things that, we can help you with that. It's, gosh, if you've got the land, that's, that's a huge plus, and having all of those utilities on site. So we're familiar with different types of bills, in town, connecting to city sewer, working with different jurisdictions to find out and help you to learn what more about your piece of land. What are some of the restrictions for building? We're going to help you with setbacks. We're really going to do a deep dive for you.
So back onto what comes with the home. So we have standard features, right? James Hardy stainless steel flashing on the exterior here on the coast. Let's see, Sherwin-Williams paint, Whirlpool appliances. There's carpet and sheet vinyl that's standard. We could literally build you a beautiful home if you said, Eric, just do everything standard and build me a home. We literally can do that, and it will look fantastic. My favorite thing to do is to mix a little bit of that into some upgrades, because if you're going to be in the home for a little bit, the best way to continue your equity is doing some little upgrades as you live in it, but starting out with a good base. And I think Cindy brought this up earlier. We're really good at that. And this 20% equity as soon as you move in, I think that's modestly low. I think it's more than that, but with the standard features that come with your home, you can have a really, really nicely done home. I've done quite a few over the last few months with younger people moving to the coast to raise their kids. I'm super excited about that one. And this is maybe their first or second home, and wow, they're turning out just great. and they're mostly standard. So
Yeah.
I think we do a good job.
Yeah. Well, and I'm also impressed not only with the quality of our standard features, with the selection. Gosh, instead of just having, 3 choices of flooring or a few colors to choose from for the standard, and then, upgrading from there, there's a tremendous selection of standard colors along with the quality. Moen fixtures, Sherwin-Williams paint, the James Hardie siding. And I always encourage people, if you're, a lot of people like to look around. We understand that. We encourage it. We love to give you our standard option sheet. So compare apples to apples, and you'll see, especially on the siding, that's a big thing. A lot of our other builders don't use James Hardie siding, and it does make a difference.
Oh my gosh, it certainly does. Another little item that I would like to bring up is foundations. And I know I bring up some things that are kind of boring to other people, but we do a crawl space here on the coast that's usually at least 24 inches, okay? And we're going to do protection underneath the home. And if you have a steeper lot, we are going to be able to bid that out right up front and know how much more the foundation is going to cost. At a certain point, if we feel like, gosh, you've got 8 feet, 9 feet of slope, if we think maybe we should introduce you to the concept of a basement, maybe a walkout basement, we can do that. Okay, we're not going to tell you no. We're going to offer you options. So as you're interviewing other builders, ask them, talk with them, and then compare it with us. And I think we win, but I'm biased.
Well, check it out. Could we maybe see that video again? Do we have time to just kind of run through that again really quick?
Sure. If everybody wants to do that.
That's such a beautiful home. And really for 1,485 square feet, they've made great use of the space. And especially how open it is when you walk in. Yeah, I just think that's, I love the lighting, and I love the color on the cabinets. I really do, Eric.
Well, this is just very different than the home I built that some people have referred to as the Black Tower. So there's a reason why I always have my black Adair shirt on.
Yeah. It just looks good.
So does anybody have any other questions that we can answer about anything, or maybe we haven't touched on something? I know that sometimes you think about it later, and that's fine. You can certainly contact us later about that.
Most definitely. Yeah, look at all that space though. I mean, I could just imagine this, what furniture you could add and the different looks you could get.
I think it's a party house.
Big patio. That is a very big covered patio.
It's a very big.
Yeah. Nice lot. Wow. Oh.
Yeah, this particular home was designed, it's an investment home. They build with us and then they sell. And I can't divulge anything else about it, but there's a very good reason why people build with us and then sell, because our warranties are fantastic. Sometimes people don't bring that up. I think the biggest is just the value. When you're in one of our homes, if here's something, Cindy, if someone can go into one of our locations that has one of our homes built on site, do you have that by chance?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It is such a good way to see all the different things that you can do.
I had a couple people raise their hand, and Phyllis figured this out. We don't really have a way to go ahead and go on the Q&A which Phyllis did, good for you. She wants to know what's included on the exterior, the driveways, sidewalks, etc.
Ooh, super question.
Yeah.
So that kind of depends on the area. So again, here on the coast, we can bid all of that out now. It's part of what we call site services. But the standard, we'll just stick to the standard. We're going to do your driveway, or excuse me, we're going to do your garage floor, the concrete in the garage, but everything else is going to be in addition to. So you'll have the foundation with us. You'll have the home itself, the exterior of the home and interior. But sidewalks, driveway, whether that's asphalt or not, that would be in addition to. If you want a deck flooring versus concrete, that's in addition to. Obviously, landscaping is up to you as well. We go through all that for sure.
Yeah, and I like to kind of describe it, Phyllis, if you think about, foundation to finish, that's all included in the price of your home. Anything outside of that can still be included in your construction loan. We just kind of there's a separate sheet that we work off of, your permits, your, kind of figuring out, maybe you want a wider driveway or a bigger driveway, or a bigger patio space. You can, then all of that is added up as well, and it can all be combined in your construction loan. So you have your land, your home, and then your site services, things like excavating, the flat work, which is the concrete, sidewalks, patios. Can you think of anything else there, Eric? And again, it'll help you through all of that of deciding whether to have us do that for you in the site services package that Eric is able to offer over there, and then we have that included in the price of the home over here as well, or it can all be done kind of a la carte by yourself, and that we still don't leave you hanging. We'll walk you through, we'll send some names to you of excavators and people to work with, so that you can make that process very easy.
And I'm going to bring this up real quick, unless there's any other questions.
Yeah.
So we essentially think that there are, when we simplify it, there's three main things that go into building your home when it comes to your total project cost or your budget, right? There's the land. Okay, the land's going to be what the land's going to be. There's the cost of the home. Cindy and I have so many different options to help, guide you with that. And then there's the site development, which is excavation, bringing in power, a well if you need a septic or whatever. And that can be kind of a variable. The nice thing about working with us is we assist you with that as well. And I don't care where you're at, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, we can work with our teams and get you a really good estimate for that, so that we can throw all this into a very realistic total project cost.
Exactly.
Any other questions?
And I hope that answered your question, Phyllis, but it really does depend area to area. It also depends on the piece of land that you're either looking to purchase or that you own. And that's one of the reasons I kind of go back to, we send out our site construction supervisor to really walk you through that, to talk about your particular piece of land. Even before them coming out, we check with the jurisdiction, we find out what the setbacks are, we find out if there are any restrictions to building. And, so we know what we're doing. We really, really do help you through this process. So don't be afraid to do new construction. It's fun. Right now, new construction is because at least over here, I don't know about over there, Eric, but I mean, the existing inventory is very minimal. And a lot of people are faced with either buying really 15-year-old homes to 20-year-old homes that aren't really the way they want them. They're going to have to go in and do some remodeling. And then they're looking at the price of what we can build a new home for them. And suddenly building takes on a whole, even if they had never thought about building before, or even were maybe a little afraid of the process. come on in, don't be afraid of the process. It's not difficult, and it really is a value.
Oh my gosh, Cindy, that is such a good point. Often I speak with folks about price per square foot. When you are looking in an area and you're on Zillow or whatever, look at what the price per square foot is for that home. And if it doesn't show up, all you have to do is just divide the square footage into the cost of the home, and there you have it. Often when we add what I said, the land, site development, and the home, we're, oh my gosh, on the coast, sometimes $200 a square foot less
Wow.
built.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy,
Oh, no.
but it just is a fact. And because building a home there's a lot to it. We do most of it, obviously, but still the excitement is there. And oh my gosh, when do I get to move in? Cindy, maybe we should just kind of say something about the timeline.
Yeah. And, again, this is going to vary a little bit depending on your area. Depending on some of the areas that maybe have to deal with snow and, being able to get a foundation in before weather hits, etc. But for the most part, we like, and some of it depends on you, how it takes us a while to figure out some of the finishes and to select some things. But boy, once you're ready to pour concrete, at least over here, we're able to really complete the home in a timely manner. Again, I hate to talk timelines for several reasons. One, because it varies depending on the area that you're in, and also because it really depends a lot on what type of project, do we have to put in a well? Sometimes you're dependent on getting a person to come out and do the well. Maybe they're a little bit backed up, that's not something that we control. So the things that are within our control, boy, and maybe it's a good time to talk about the builder signal, Eric. I just think that's so exciting. We have, it's a way for you, once you start your home with us, you'll receive a link and you can go on and you get weekly progress and updates. If you're local, great. If you're not, and you can see photos of the progress of your home. Oh, today we put in the foundation. Oh, today we did the framing. We're waiting for this. This is what, you never have to be looking at your site and wondering what's going on. Nobody's been out there for 2 whole days. What are we waiting on? You have that communication. Our builders are really good about calling you and having conversations with you as well. Don't think that you can't, you have that avenue. But gosh, I just think it's so nice to be able to follow the progress of the home that way and have those photos. So that I have one gentleman that's building, he lives far away, and it's like him being able to see the framing and see the mechanical and plumbing and everything as it's going in.
How cool.
Yeah. I just think
I think all of that ties back into the time frame. We provide you with estimated dates of when something is going to be finished. Now, that is definitely a thing here on the coast. I love it. I think it's great. And tie that into what Cindy was talking about with literally being updated digitally. What's going on. You know.
There's a lot of communication.
Absolutely. And if you disappear, we'll still get a hold of you. So, because we like you to know what's going on. I think that's important. This is your home, and we want your involvement. Okay.
And you will sit down with your builder and you'll have that conversation as far as, when we're coming out to pour concrete, when is, what is the timeline? And we're usually pretty conservative on giving you that. We'd like to, kind of under promise and overperform, I guess. But it's at least a way for you to have that communication and expectation of when things are going to happen for you. But it is a little variable. So come on in and talk to us. We'll, also sometimes on the permits, I know, depending on the time of year, if they're really backed up, we don't have control over how long that process takes. Right now over here, I'm getting them within 10 days. It's really quick process, but I know, but it can also change. Probably about 8 months ago, it took more like 6 weeks. So there are
That's
some,
still not too bad.
no.
I think the overall message that I would want to close on is if you are looking for somebody that is going to hold your hand right from the beginning and take your arm and take you through the whole process and build you a great house, and at the end say, here are the keys, here's a fantastic house, here's a lot of equity, I think we're a great builder for you. But it all starts with you meeting us in person, and we kind of take it from there.
Yeah. And I really am excited when people come in and say, look, I'm so glad you're doing your due diligence. You know, we may or may not be a really good fit for you, but we don't know that until we sit down and have that conversation. And you're not writing me a check that day, or we're willing to really put in a lot of work and a free site visit, and let's just see if it's something that works for you, for your budget. And you'll know all of that before you sign anything with us or move forward. You'll have all of that information.
Very transparent.
Yes. So
Cindy, I think I had a very good time talking about this house today and everything. I hope you did.
I did, and I don't see any more questions, but I'm thank you to the people that did ask a few questions.
Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit, and just keep us posted and reach out when the time is right, and we'll take it from there.
Let's build a new Adair home.
All right. Thanks, everybody.